Welcome to the HFT Stocks and Options Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2013. For the volatility index, the dollar weighted put call ratio on the VIX, we have here on May, June neutral readings with 56 and 26% of the total premiums paid, and the rest were very little premium there, so not relevant. For the overall dollar weighted put call ratio, we have a neutral reading here. The volume today was quite big with 964,000 contracts traded on the VIX today. Here, let's start with our XPX chart. As usual, we were up 1% here, closing around 178.78, so very nice here. I'm looking here, I'm remaining neutral here on the sidelines. I'm watching to see if we're gonna be able to break this the last high and make a new high, or if we're just gonna be able to make a shadow high here, which if we do, I would start shorting the market to a lower level. So what I'm looking here was the previous high and see what's gonna happen there, if we're gonna be able to break that or we're gonna fail there. For the Qs, here we have the daily chart for the Qs, and you can see here we were up 1% today, and basically trying to go for the highs, basically looking the same thing that I talked about on SPX, looking to see if we're gonna break this one. As you can see here, we're down on after hours. That was due to Apple. We'll talk about it in a minute. IWM. Here we have the IWM chart, 1.6% higher for the day, closing basically at the 50-day moving average. It's going to be important to see what happens here, if we're able to break it, and if we do, our next target would be here if you extend this this trend line here. So around let's call it 94, 93.75. So that would be the level I would be looking at. Pretty neutral here again. I think IWM eventually is going to go lower, but I think we're very much range bound for now. GLD. Here we have GLD. We talked about getting neutral on GLD. We dropped today 0.75%. And here it looks like we're starting to go lower. I'm going to remain neutral here. I want to see what happens for the next couple of days. We have a very nice trade here, short from around 156, like 20 points. So I'm neutral here. On SLV, I'm bearish on SLV. We closed down a trade today. We were short on SLV on our chat room on HFT options at hamsyanalytics.com. And you can see here our low today was 21.99. Previous low was 21.96, so we're not able to break that low. I'm still looking for a break of that level. Our target today was 22, so we actually got filled. We were short. Let's go to the stocks. Here we have, let's start with Apple. Apple is in big trouble. It came out with earnings today. Very mixed earnings. They're boosting the cash buyback program, and you could read that all on Yahoo or whatever. What I'm seeing here, this is gonna be resistance here. We broke intraday on the aftermarket. You're gonna post this just for you to see what happened on Apple. We popped up to 425. That was basically the high here. You can see it. Our high was today was actually 429.90. So basically 420. Look at this drop after that. We were up almost 25 points here, and we are now down on aftermarkets, down 2 points. So horrible action here. You can see how much they sold this Apple chart. And now let's go back to our daily chart. I think we're going lower. I think we'll test this low pretty soon. I think we're gonna break this low. Our target is gonna be 370. I'm bearish on Apple. Google. Here we have the Google chart, very nicely going up 1% today, 2 points in aftermarket, and you can see here where we failed. Very interesting. We failed basically there at support, at resistance. I'm sorry. I still think we're gonna consolidate. Very tight range here, 1 or 2%. I wouldn't be playing it from here. I'm watching here to see if we're able to break out. I'll play it. If we're gonna fail, I'll short it. So I'm neutral here. Amazon will come out with earnings Thursday. You can see here we're in a range, and this is interesting. You could see here this triangle we're forming. Let's go to the 6-month chart so you can see it better. We'll have to see. This will be, of course, resolved with earnings. I wouldn't get in before it. It's this week, so nothing here. Another interesting name, eBay. We talked about eBay earlier. We bounced off this upward trend line here. You could see it bouncing here today, breaking the 150-day moving average. I think we have a chance of coming here to this 53.71. I would short it there, or if you want to wait and be more conservative, 54.33. That would also, if you want to short it there, your stop. So you have those two options. I think eBay is going lower, but it's looking for a bounce, and you could play the bounce. We have 2 points up still for this bounce, or a point and a half, depending on which stop are you looking at. Last chart, Goldman Sachs. We talked about this one. I'm bearish on Goldman Sachs. I think we're going lower, and you could see here why. I think we have a chance to coming back here to this 149, 150 level. I doubt we come there. I think we will eventually, what we will do, we will make a new low here. I'm looking for around 47, 48 target, 47, 47 and a half to start shorting Goldman. That's what I'm looking here, and that's the plan.